Welcome back. As I mentioned, we have Dan O'Weiler in studio with us. Well,
oh
welcome.
my gosh, it's been a long time.
It has.
I think it's been 18 months since we've done a live
Probably
one.
so.
We zoomed around from time to time, but we're back in the studio, which is great.
Yeah, it's good to have you. And of course, always good information about retirement.
Well,
and this is no different.
Right.
So, tell me a little bit about, our retirement income and what we're actually looking for.
Well, generally speaking, you want to, we help people set up retirement plans, obviously.
Right.
And there's a amount of money everybody needs to get by on every month.
Mm-hmm.
And so we try to set up a secure income stream through Social Security, through pensions, through their investments, whatever it might be, to make sure that they get that income every month.
Mm-hmm.
And depending upon how they're invested will depend upon whether or not that's a secure income stream. I think the slide shows that if you need $5,000 a month and you're getting, $2,000 from Social Security and a $500 pension, you have $2,500 a month coming in securely every month.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And so you want to take your investments, and we're just saying if you have a portfolio of $600,000 and we can get an average of 5% on that, that's another $2,500 of interest every month that you're going to get.
Right.
So you have your $2,500 from pension and Social Security along with $2,500 from your investments.
Right.
And you have your $5,000 a month.
Right. Now, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I wanted to ask you a question really regarding that. Is at what point, you said you get the 5%, right? So
I'm just saying if you average.
If you average in 5%.
Right.
So the money that you get, is that money that you would be living on, or is that money that you'll reinvest?
Generally, if you're making $2,500 a month and you need an additional $2,500, you're going to be living on that.
Okay.
So it's like earning interest in the bank. You're going to take that out and live on that. So the $30,000 that you get off of your $600,000, you're going to use that to supplement your income every month.
Okay. All right.
So I show on the next slide is what happens if we have we're impacted in the market.
Right.
If the market goes down 35%, now we have $450,000 in our portfolio. We still need our $2,500 a month, and if we're only getting 5% on that, we're not getting enough money to support our monthly need.
Right.
So we have to do one of two things. We either start spending principal, or we have to take more risk in order to generate enough interest, which can be a positive thing or a negative thing depending upon what the market does.
Right.
So we kind of call this the death spiral a little bit, where people still need their $2,500 a month. They're only getting 5% on their portfolio on $450,000, and now they're not getting enough, so they have to start using principal.
Right.
As you start using principal, when the market returns, you don't have as much principal, so it's kind of what we call a death spiral.
Right.
And so if you don't set up a consistent income stream through your Social Security pensions, maybe an annuity or something that can help you generate that monthly income, you can kind of get whipsawed back and forth in retirement. That it causes you a little bit of stress as you go forward and there's market corrections.
Right.
The market over the last 5-10 years has made up a lot of corrections for everybody because it's gone up so much. I mean, we're at an all-time high. 35,000 points is an all-time high. But it can go down just as quickly. But because the market has been so good over the last few years, that we have short-term memories.
We've been spoiled for sure.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a blip after COVID back in March. They had a blip, but it came roaring back, and you didn't have to worry about it as much. And so, you want to be able to do some planning in your process, and so you want to be able to set up a plan that provides some comfort and confidence and security for you, and control your assets going forward. And so, you know, that's what we kind of do, is set up a plan for that. And there's 5 or 6 different areas that we discuss when we do that: income planning, tax planning, investments, and all. It's here on the screen, and we call it prosperity planning, where everything connects one to another. You know, sometimes people will go out and they'll buy a stock here, a mutual fund, and it has no relation to their tax plan, or their health care is not taken care of, whatever it might be. And so all these things, we want to set up a plan to be able to take care of that going forward. And we call it prosperity planning, and putting together a plan, not just addressing one area, but all of those areas.
Exactly. And you know, you have a chart here where it says holistic planning, investment advising, and product provider. Now, I know the difference between all three, but let me ask you this, is that, you know, at some point when you are thinking about retiring, it would be best to sit down with someone like yourself to establish whether or not you can retire, right?
Well, that's what we do. We actually do some projections based upon your current income and everything, and based upon Social Security and what assets you have. So we kind of project out our income over the next 25, 30 years. But there's 3 different types of approaches on that. Okay. The first approach is the product provider. That's kind of where, you know, Lisa, you're going to do it yourself. You're going to go out and you're going to contact Vanguard or T. Rowe Price, and you're going to pick the stocks or mutual funds yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. People do that all the time. But they're providing a product for you. You're deciding what to do. Okay. The next type is basically a stockbroker or something, those what they call an investment advisor, where you go in and they have off-the-shelf portfolios. If you're a conservative investor, we'll just pull off our conservative portfolio, and they don't really do a lot of holistic planning on the other areas. The final one is you know, you sit down with a holistic planner that brings in taxes, investment, health care, you know, all those things, income planning, and they do it on a broader scale versus just an advisor who said, this is takes care of your investments and nothing else. We generally, you know, will do the top 2. If somebody wants us to just do their investment planning, we can do that. If somebody wants an entire plan, we can put it together and do some projections and things like that. So how you go about it is not right or wrong. It's just what fits your. We have people that come in and say, hey, Dan, I don't want to have to worry about it. You take care of it. We're okay with that. We have others that come in and they're day traders. That's fine too. We'll do whatever fits for what you need, but you know, having a plan in place is what's going to give you the confidence and peace of mind going forward.
Well, perfect. Well, we appreciate all of the information that you've provided, and thanks for joining us in studio this time.
It's great to be back.
All right, we'll talk to you again soon.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
And remember, if you would like more information about what we've just talked about, you can always get in touch with Sterling Financial Advisors, and you can just type that right into Google, and I'll bring you right to them. We'll be right back.